titled Reasons Someone Might Like Someone Else's Personality. So what do Velma's, people, see you?
We have a student newspaper?
Hey! Who just threw a rock through my window? Do you have any idea what a pain it is to get out the vacuum? Huh? There's no one there.
And this isn't a rock. It's a geode from the Crystal Mines.
Crystal Mines? That old tourist attraction that's now a seagull toilet full of condoms?
So I'm still watching Velma. This new season. I think this new season actually is pretty good. Maybe it's the first season. I just wasn't much into it the first time, but now I'm accepting of it because it's already out. So, you see the title of the video, or whatever, live. So basically, we're still going into it because I really want to, these are just downloads, these are just like my thoughts, these are just, coming from the heart. So I'm not really like a psychiatrist or some shit, you know what I'm saying? So, because he's smoking a spliff. So yeah. Through the ages of 13, I can think about now, because through the age of 13, you go through puberty, right? I'm just going to think about it too. 13, I was 13 years old. I'm 30 now. That had to be 17 years ago from now. It's 2024. 17 years ago from 2024. 2014, 2010, 2007. It was 2007, I was 13 years old. 2007, I was 13 years old. I was in, I remember 2008 was when my brother graduated from high school, and I also graduated too, but I can't remember. I think I graduated from.
Hi, girls. Velma, your new way cooler friends are here. Oh,
I can't remember. It's 2008 he graduated, and I remember I graduated from, I think, middle school. Intermediate school. I was basically going to the 7th grade. I was going to the 7th grade, I think. I can't remember. Let me see real quick. I graduated high school in 2013. So, 2007. That's 6 years ago. So, minus 6. I was in the 6th grade, yeah. So 2007, I was in the 6th grade. And hey, what's going on? Hello, how's it going? What's up, Muhammad? It's time to retire that wife beater. Going to Onk in there? Onk. Who you call Onk? Yeah, I'm just letting y'all see it out there. I could throw some shorts on. I'm not just stuck in front of y'all bitches because you want to talk all that shit. Happy Halloween, motherfuckers. I'm gonna start the witchy quiz. Yeah, I'm gonna buff you. Yeah. That's how we doing that. So anyways, check it out. So, like when you were like 13, I was like what? I was in 6th grade. I was 13 years old. So I felt like we failed grade level when I was in 4th grade. But I was in 6th grade, so I was really supposed to be in 7th grade. So so I was doing a grade level mostly 12-year-olds. Sorry, not 12-year-olds. Yeah, 12-year-olds, but I was 13. I also had a friend who was 13 who I was like gay with in that 4th grade class and all that shit. So like that's when he like came at me in the restroom and was like sucking me off and was like, let me see that shit and shit like that. And I was like, oh my god. Because like you're around 12-year-olds that are not ready for that. They're 13. You already starting to have erections and shit, type shit. Not really, but like strong erections where it's like, oh my god, it's so hot, but like if you do get stimulated or whatever, you know? So from that age to I would say 23, because that's when I kind of basically came out to myself and I found, simply like I'm transgender. And first, like that was the time when I was like, okay, like it all came together. Where it was like you're gay, you're transgender to some degree, you're queer or whatever the fuck, right? So like I'm trying to see like what was going on in that time period, and I think about it, and I just couldn't do it, and that's what kind of happened. Like, you're going through teenage years, and you just kind of like are making excuses for why you're not competing with other males in the sense of sex, right? That's what's going on. Big boy busting, smoking that pack. What you smoking on, G? So this right here is what is this shit? It's a blend of all types of THCs. I got like guava smalls. You know what I'm saying? I got some of that I don't know what this shit called. I forget now. The hash burger. Smoking on that hash burger. But check it out. So that whole time, like growing up throughout the years, it was like from 13, 6th grade, like, how do I explain it? Like everything before that, I didn't even have to fucking like worry about and shit. Like when it comes to like being a boy or whatever, like liking girls or crushes or whatever, like that shit didn't even really matter. But at the same time, like it kind of did matter. You're a boy, like you're like, it's how other boys make fun of you for being girly or something because you don't look like a boy or something. Just like before you're 13 years old. Of course, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to try to live up to shit, on some, like, playful shit. But then when you hit that 13, it's kind of, like, real. So nobody really cares. They're kind of like, well, if you don't have sex yet, it's your decision. But once you hit, like, you're getting closer to that 23 mark, you know what I'm saying? That's when it was, like, it's over. Like, you're getting close to 25, but, like, it's like, for me, it's like once you hit 18 and you're not having sex, by the time you hit, like, 23, because we're talking, like, 5 years, right? Yeah, it's like, it's kind of a done deal. Like, people know you're not going to have sex. They know something's up, or they know something's wrong, or they know you're just gay, or, you know what I mean? Or you're trans, or you're queer, or whatever the fuck it may be, Like, and you can't really express it because of heteronormativity or whatever the fuck. Or maybe you just don't like the way the game is played, you know what I'm saying? You're asexual. You just don't like the fact that it's like, this is how sexuality is. Like, that's too boring,
Something's different about you today. Wait, you didn't try an energy drink again, did you? It's just that after yesterday, I have no clue how to be thrown in a way that doesn't judge other women. So you picked Monster. How dare you call any woman a monster, you monster? I'm dressed like this to show support for all the beautiful ways women express themselves, even the ones I think are stupid. I know, it's very upsetting that I have to reevaluate all my beliefs. Thank you for understanding. It's not that. I'm having a baby. Right, but are you having a baby, or did society tell you to have a baby? Wait, you're having a baby? Call 911. Wait, no,
Anyways,
taxi birds make the news. I am
but yeah.
trapped in the carpool lane. You have to get these cars to move so an ambulance can get in. Okay, it's the Honduras police details. Yes, help, What? No, it's Velma. My dad Kumar is having a baby.
But yeah. So for me, I'll just go through these real quick. Like, if I can say, like, I can think of the grade levels that helped me a lot more. So like 6th grade, that happened to me. Then 7th grade, I had a friend that was a guy. His name was Darius, I think. It was Darius. It was Darius, and this motherfucker was like cool, and like he had like chicks and shit that were cool as fuck too. And so it was kind of like homegirls and homeboys and shit. But I was also attracted to my homegirls too. I know they're attracted to me, but I almost felt like I was even like having that attention because of my dude Darius. Because I see it now because I'm an attractive guy. You get what I'm saying? But he started to notice that like I wasn't in. Not only was I suburban and like nerdy and shit and thuggish, I wasn't you know what I mean? I wasn't like I'm not explaining that shit. Like guys know. Your guy friends, like that's why I'm saying like she was like, oh my guy friends. Like yeah, like if you're a trans woman and you have a guy who's like a guy friend who's like accepts you, it's weird because they fall in love with you or they get attracted to you and it's like they don't know how to fucking deal with that shit. That shit is so weird. But anyways, so still watching that film. Leader, brilliant, plus knowledge. So he likes Velma now? Hold on, let me see what's going on. So Fred was like, oh shit, she's kicking ass. Leader, brilliant, knows herself, equals, god damn it. I can't read fast. But yeah, so this is the attraction, yeah. Equals hot. I guess some things, yeah, exactly. Exactly. What's going on? Shit got a dime. Favorite pizza. Holding that smoke deep. Yes, I am. But back to the topic that's on the actual title. Okay. So like, 7th grade, I really didn't like do anything. I was like sexually, and then like. I was at the pinnacle because, like I said, I was in 7th grade, but I was already like an older than them, so I already had sex. Like you know what I'm saying? I already like got sucked off by like somebody had sucked off, but like in the 4th grade a long time ago, and so it was like I don't know, dealing with these people is different. Oh my god, my shit completely fucking fucked up. I'm glitched and shit. How we doing here? But yeah, so when I was
our biggest fall style event at Corning's is happening right
so
now.
that was pretty much that. Like, and then like, by the end of 7th grade, I feel like I was like, okay, I didn't have sex with any men, I didn't do anything gay. You get what I'm saying? Like I did what I was supposed to do. I guess the next thing is I'm gonna just. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to play football. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta solidify my manhood. I didn't want to play football because I was into the sport. I didn't want to play football for physical fitness. I literally played football. I wanted to play football literally because I felt like I was going through puberty. I was getting older. You get what I'm saying? I was becoming more of a man, and that was the next step thing to do. Like, hey, I'm in Texas. Like, you know what I mean? You're like, fuck it, I'm gonna play football in middle school. You have a football team. Big black dude. I might as well, right? That's what I did. Then my dad got arrested, and then that 8th grade year, I didn't have him here. I didn't have him there. He got arrested at the end of my 7th grade year. My 8th grade year of middle school. He I was doing football. Didn't have any sexual encounters at all. But that's when I met my friend Marco, and we were friends like my phone. And soon we started jacking off with each other, not to each other, but just porn. Like, girl, you know, we were discovering. It's like you're discovering porn, you know, like some American Pie shit. We're all sitting around the computer, like, oh shit. But he was the type of dude. He was just like, I'm gonna whip it out and shit. I don't give a fuck. But I'm gonna say this just because I'm gonna say this. I'm the type of friend that guys always. I don't know. It's not like that Danish girl shit. Like, guys always had like crushes on me, but not like. I don't know how to explain it. It's not like. It's just, I don't know how to explain that shit. It's not like sexual. You know what I'm saying? So, it's just they like that divine femininity that I possess. That shit really fucking makes them feel like, fuck yeah. You know? That's why sometimes they can get like possessive and fetishy. Because like, you throw the femininity on there, or the sexiness and shit, they lose their fucking minds.
What? You can't just leave me here.
But anyway,
I'm not afraid of who's in there.
so
Just afraid they'll think I'm a loser who couldn't get friends.
by the time
There's
I was in 8th grade and shit, playing football and shit in middle school, I mean, I had a friend named Marco, like, we were jacking off the porn together. That's when I really started getting the porn, like, really because of him. He was just like, oh, watch porn. He was so horny. And I remember, like, my brother was a really good artist, and he would draw, like, anime and manga. You know, anime and manga, they would put, like, titties and, like, Ramla and shit like that, right? So he would, like, draw that shit, like, right, and blow up of it. Make it all, like, look nice and shit. And I remember some of my friends, like, shit, and he was like, you draw like that? We were, like, drawing, like, fucking porn together. And then, like, it was just, like, we were really horny and just sexually, like, active, but not, like, trying to do shit with each other. You know what I'm saying? Just sexually expressive and shit. To the point where it was, like, not like we're, like, using each other sexually. But just, like, oh, let's look at girls and shit. Let's look at hot girls. Let's look at hot girls. Let's look at porn together and shit. Let's jack off. Because it was only me and him. It was like always me and him. So it'd be like, bro. And he always wanted just one friend, one best friend. And I always wanted one. I didn't really care. You know, I'm that type of person. I figured out, you know. But you know, so it's weird. It's like he told me the first time he met me, oh, I want that one best friend. He's like, you know, a partner in crime. He's like, he told me he want a partner in crime. He said he want that one best friend. He said, like, I'm not really so, like, I like that one person. Like, this nigga was saying all this shit. Now I'm realizing, like, these niggas are they being gay? That's some gay ass shit. Even if you're fucking, like, I know you're in middle school, but, like, dude, that's pretty fucking gay. Like, that's pretty gay. He's like, my dad has his friend. He always do this and shit. That's like his best friend. He says from childhood and shit. I was like, okay, but he was just like, and I realized that's that person he was. Get into shit. He's a talker and shit. These niggas, people like that, they kind of like, I'm telling you, always like these people, these guys out here, like, I don't know, they're gay. Like, you know, all you gotta do is put some makeup on, and like, you know what I'm saying? And these motherfuckers, and be their little divine feminine, and like, you know, like, not divine feminine, but I would say you like cater to their masculinity. Holy fuck. And it's so easy as a guy or someone who's raised, right? Raised to be a guy. To like take advantage of that shit. That's why trannies are so quick to get the money, because they know exactly what the fuck y'all niggas want. And they serve it to you. And then y'all be getting angry like all this shit, but it's like, it is what it is. Like, I don't know. It's so stupid. But anyway, so
Previously on Velma.
So,
That's hilarious.
like, going off to like 9th grade, I didn't do anything sexual, but I had some friends and shit. Once again, but like I said, you're getting older, right? These guys are like getting more guy. They're becoming more guy, and as they're becoming more guy, you're like thinking you're the guy like them, but you don't realize because you haven't seen the difference, and you don't think what they think, and you know what I mean. You're not God, you know what I mean? So you're just you. And so it is what it is. But
Because Norville was ghosting me and my hallucinations had gotten so bad, I couldn't even look at my murder board without having one. Sure, Daphne could have helped me find my mom. When I was with her, the only mystery I wanted to solve was the case of the missing
in ninth grade, yeah, nothing really happened. Like I was really dry in ninth grade. Nothing happened at all. And then, because Marco went off to a different high school than I did.
Dad, I need a ride to
And then, like, after a year in 10th grade, that's when some gay as fuck happened. Like, we were just hanging. I was just going to live my life again. High school, you know, I wasn't really doing shit. Just being lonely, right? I was getting bullied 10th grade. I'm trying to think, 10th grade. No, I wasn't, but I was kind of rebellious. I was very emo at that point. Very emo. I remember that shit. Super fucking emo. But I was, like, thugged out emo. So that's why I was fucking Almost 13 so fucking hard, because, like, his music is like exactly what it is. Like for me, like I was studded belts and chains. I had like light skinny jeans, studded belts and chains, and then like so yeah, I had studded belts, black skinny jeans, some black Nikes, and like a black long tee. That was my style. And it's funny because I remember back in the day, like I did that shit, and people thought that shit was so fucking bad. They were like, what the fuck? I was mixing the hip hop with the rock back in the day. Oh my god. And then this nigga came in and stole the whole fucking style. A lot of that shit happened when I was younger. I mean, I had a lot of creative thoughts, and then like I would see this shit on TV or some other shit. That shit would be crazy.
Since assigning personal police details to the hottest of you, little pushback on the police presence at the school.
Great minds think alike. So, you know, she's just throwing ass on him. She's just like, oh no, that's all the alpha guys are just like, oh no, me too. But anyway, so 10th grade year, then one day Marco came back to the crib one day, and he was like, so the first time I had smoked some weed with him, the first time I actually smoked weed was with him. And I used to roll up paper and smoke it. And he used to smoke papers. Like I said paper, I mean like regular ass paper, just roll it up and light it on fire and shit. And then like roll it up. And every time I was rolling my room, just bored as fuck. I was a kid, you know what I'm saying? Like in my mind, you know. And I'm not a kid, but you get what I'm saying, like 6th grade maybe, I don't know. You know, so I was just like take papers and I would like surgically make them up like perfectly square. And then roll them up perfectly and lick them hard as fuck and then stick them. And I started doing that shit a lot. And I just made like these pretend cigarettes type shit. Like I took a pencil, went around, colored it in brown marker and shit. And then I had a little like pen drawer and shit, pen cup and shit on the table, my desk, and my friend come in there and be like, "What's up, bro?" From the crib, you know, it was some like 90s ass shit. Like come in the crib, like, "What's up, Mrs. Whatchamacallit?" And then come in there, come in my room and be like, "What the fuck? What are these?" And I was like, "Oh, there's like these cigarettes." I was like, "Nah." I was like, I just did some artistic shit. I was bored, and then he was like, "Okay." And then he was like, "Bro, let's smoke these hoes. Fuck it." We were like still stupid, so then we started doing that shit. We started doing that shit. And then, like, I remember one time he was like, "Bro, you still smoke?" And, like after the fucking second day we did that shit, he was like, "Bro, stop smoking them hoes, bro. That shit's not real." And I was like, I just like the sensation. Like I was really smoking though. Like that shit was actually smoking. He's like, "That's called black smoke and shit. You can't smoke this shit." I was like, alright. So I started smoking. I started smoking that shit. Like, it was like when we were like in 8th grade. So it's like 10th grade now, right? And like, I think it's 10th. I can't remember if it's 10th or 9th grade at this point. I really can't remember. But I feel like it was 10th grade because, like, I don't know. I just feel like it was 10th grade. I can't remember. Cause I don't remember doing it. I remember like the first time we smoked in 9th grade. I remember that shit. I remember like it was yesterday. Like I used to come off the bus. Cause like I was doing after like band and shit, like late night band shit. I just did all the fucking shit in band. And this motherfucker like he hit me. I just got my phone. My mom bought me a phone when I got 9th grade because I was say late school. I'm in high school. She got me a phone, right? Part of her plan and shit. So I had a phone. Shirt, girl, and dime. Thank you. As always. But check it out. So, like, right where I left off. So I think I'm in the ninth grade, and it's my first time smoking weed type shit. And homie called me up on the way home. I was about to go home on some after school shit. Cause we used to say, like, we used to talk and be like, oh, I would stay. So I would stay, on, after hours of school, then take the late buses home. This is what I like to fuck around with people and hang out. And, it was cool, right? Because my mom worked all the time because my dad wasn't there anymore, so she had to like take double shifts. So it's like she wasn't really at home that shit. And my older brother, he was trying to get in the fucking job because he had to support himself, pay for like clothes and shit. Because you're not like wearing like school clothes anymore. Shit, what's going on? So then, you know what I'm saying? So with that whole scandal situation right there, you know what I'm saying? Like I had a lot of time to just roam and do whatever the fuck I want to do. That's why I was kind of a street kid. You know what I'm saying? So my homie Marco hit me up on a text because he probably used somebody's phone. I think he called me on somebody's phone. I don't know if he had a phone. And then dude was like, basically like, go take the bus to like the middle school that we used to go to because it's closer to his house and my house. That's why, it was our middle school and shit. And I was like, alright, because we went to different high schools. And so he took after bus, and this was like on daylight saving times and everything. I remember this shit. So it had to be October, November, December around there. And then so like, it wasn't cold too. So yeah, it had to be around probably October. And then this motherfucker like, it was like I can't. I saw this nigga. I got the bus and I saw the nigga. I was like walking towards him, and he was like, "What's up, bro?" I was like, he's like, "Bro, I got real weed." I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yes, I got actual like weed." And I was like, "Bro, you okay? What the fuck?" I was like, "All right, cool." And he was like, "All right," and he was like, "I was like, I'm just listening to him." I was like, "You do what you gotta do." I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know about that shit. So I ain't seen him roll it up or nothing, but he was rolled that shit up. We went to this back to the church area where I used to make my other videos in my mom's house a lot, and I was like talking about like, and I was going out to the little wood area and wood area next to the church and be like talking. We went back there. You know what I'm saying? And like, motherfucker was smoking. He started smoking that shit. To me, I smoking. He was like, he looked at, he started smoking, and he's like, here. The first time I hit it, I remember like. I was like, oh, it went out. You know how you do shit. You're like, oh, it went out. I don't know how to do this shit. He relit it, and then it was like, I took that shit. The first time I hit it, I was like I didn't know how to like, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, what the fuck? He's like, no, bro. Because I want to see the smoke, you know what I'm saying? I want to see all the fucking, like, and then, like, nah. He was like, you gotta inhale that shit. And that's when I remember, you do that shit for the first time, you're like, inhale it. You're like, oh, like life just looking like changes and shit. And you're like, what the fuck? So I hit that hoe, and I got high as fuck. And we were smoking that shit, and I got high as fuck. Put it out, I guess. Cause I remember I was just like, I was that person. I was getting high, and I was like, when I was high, I was like, okay, like you can put it out now. I was telling him that shit, and he'd be like, alright. And we'll leave, and like, I remember I was like, bro, you want to jump this fence? I fucking got superpowers and shit. And we just jumped that shit on some like, oh, that shit was crazy. I don't know how we did that shit. I probably hurt myself, but you were younger and shit, you know what I'm saying? With my number. We were walking fast as fuck, and I was like, man, I'm so fucking high right now. And then like, he was like, bro, calm down, bro. Like, bro, calm down. Because like right beside, I was running down to like this like parking lot, and then in the parking lot was like a whole bunch of like people for this like little league football game and stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? Like right next to that little parking lot, like right next to it. So it wasn't like, So I'm doing that whole lot. Yeah, I'm so high right now. And that's my first time smoking weed, and I was a teenager, which is fine. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's what happened and shit. But like, we got home, we ate my mom's spaghetti. Hey, wow, we ate my mom's spaghetti. And then, like, yeah, we were high as fuck. That shit was crazy. And we stole some of her, we stole some of my dad's liquor. It came my mom's wine and shit. 'Cause my dad had a whole bunch of liquor before he got arrested and shit, and wines and shit. We stole some of that shit. We were drinking wine. You know what I'm saying? We were drinking wine and eating spaghetti, and we were high as fuck. Like, that's some, like, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, you're so fucking gay. Like, I don't know. You know, like, and you don't get that. You don't get that treatment from me. You're not gonna get it from another. Like, you're not gonna get that from another guy. It's just like a straight ass dude. It's like even a gay dude. You're not even gonna get that from like a gay dude, bro. You know, you're only gonna get that from, you know what I mean, somebody of a feminine nature. But anyways, so you got motherfucking. So that was ninth grade, and then 10th grade. That's when the sexual, you know what I'm saying, shit came, because that's when the motherfucker. I remember that shit was the weirdest shit. I'm trying to remember what grade level we were in. I don't know if we were in ninth grade or what. I think we were in ninth grade, and he said some shit that was so fucking gay. I was like, what the fuck? He's like, I know. He was like, we're walking, and I was talking about bitches and shit, and then he was talking about, I know it was like, yeah, it's like, it's not gay for two guys to fucking have sex with each other. I mean, you're just getting off, you know what I'm saying? They're just having sex. And I did not understand that shit. I was thinking in my mind, I was like, nah, that's gay. You know what I'm saying? But then, like, you know what I'm saying? I see what was getting at now. So, like, 10th grade year, that's when, like, he came to me one day again and was like, bro, I got some weed, you know what I'm saying? I caught some. And, like, we were at my mom's house. And my mom was working, you know, my mom works all the time, so I was like, shit. People were going all the time at that point. I was a teenager, too? Man. So the only person home was, like, my little sister and little brother, but, like, they'd be in the house doing whatever shit, right? So I was like, let's go to the backyard. Let's go. So we get to the backyard, and we smoke, right? And then, like, we're smoking, we're getting high, and then, like, I think my sister kind of caught us, because she was, like, peeking through the window trying to watch us, see what we were doing. And then, like, came back to the room, and, like, my TV wasn't working that well, so we couldn't watch any porn, and jack off like we usually do with each other, like, watch porn, but, like, so, like, you know what I mean, we end up, like, fucking, like, trying to use the porn magazines and shit. And I guess, I don't know. I don't even know really, because this happened to me. Like, he was sitting down. I think I did something to him. Because he was sitting down, right, on a chair, facing me, and I was on my bed. And, like, I laid, like, back on my bed. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, where my knees were, like, over the bed, and then, like, facing him. And my cock was completely facing up, and I was just stroking that shit to the magazine, you know what I'm saying? And then, like, I think that's when he just was like, I'll suck your cock if you suck my cock. And I was like, what the fuck, you know what I'm saying? And I immediately was like, fuck it. Because I was already, like, fucking, like, hard as fuck, you know what I'm saying? And so we ended up doing that shit, and that's when I found out he was way better at that shit than I was. And so, you know, that was weird, but I just want to know what that means. You know, and he's been doing that shit, and then it was like, that shit was crazy. Like, he like taught me how to like suck cock. Cause you got a really girthy ass cock, you know what I'm saying? But like that like mushroom cock where it's like sticks out more at the end, the tip, and then like at the base. Shit's crazy. And I'm circumcised, so you really have to know how to just like become like a soft tissue and shit instead of like anything like rigidly hard or anything. Yeah, that shit has to be gaped. It has to be able to just get in there. So that was that. You know. And then like So I busted really fucking quick because his dick sucking skills were like intense. But like I couldn't make him bust, but like the feeling he gave me when I was sucking, when he put his cock in my mouth, was, I don't know how to explain that shit. Like it was a very, I don't know the word I'm looking for. It was just tantalizing. Is that the right word? Very tantalizing. It was like, oh wow. I just felt really, I don't know, I felt good, you know, and it's probably because of the porn, but at the same time, yeah, I'd say it's porn. It was the porn. Because that shit just felt really good to just like be at your knees and then just the eye level of seeing a guy just be like, fuck. Like, you know what I mean? Like, see a guy just be like, listen, like, be sexually frustrated, you know what I mean, with you, and like, you know what I mean? It's that type of shit. I don't know. But I wasn't ready for it. It was a lot. But yeah. So that was like my first taste of like transsexual, you know, AGP-ish type of energy. Like being a sissy for a guy and shit, really kind of like awakening those feelings of gender like euphoria. You know? Like this is my time to like be a complete like girl bitch. You know what I'm saying? And stand out on these niggas. Like, you know what I'm saying? But you know, but it was still like I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. So that's what happened. That's what I'm saying. She didn't give me no time, bitch. Damn. Anyways. Anyways, back to the story. So we ended up going back outside after we both busted and shit. And then like I asked him how I did and he didn't like it. And I was like, fuck it. He told me there was too much teeth and you know you have to open your mouth. I couldn't know how to do all that shit. But anyway, so then like we went outside to go smoke some more. The rest of the weed and shit. I told him to put it out. And then like my sister, I saw my sister find me. And then like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's the day I turned 18 actually, that's what I remember. Because we got the blunts because I'm 18. He came to the house like I have the weed, he's like, you're 18 now, so let's just calculate that. I think I was 10th grade because it can't be 10th, it can't be 10th grade. I don't remember, that's crazy. I feel like it was 10th grade, it had to be 10th grade. Unless it was 11th grade, maybe. I don't remember. I remember talking to him in 11th grade. But think about it like this: it's like if it's 18, it's probably like the year before, yeah. So I turned 19. I turned 18 my junior year. Weird. But anyways, that's what I remember that. So I guess I was a junior. Cause I was already 18 when I was in 12th grade. I was already 18. Then I turned 19. So like, if it was 11th grade, then I had to turn 17 and turn 18. You know what I'm saying? 11th grade. So it was my birthday. I had to be like 11. It would be like, you know. I went to 11th grade. I had to be 2012. I remember, yeah, I remember that shit. 2012, end of the world shit. And a lot of girls were telling me like, oh, I think I got girls that are for you and shit. The girls that were having sex, they were like telling me like, I'm the girl that's for you. And then like I seen them, I was like, they knew, like I was gay. I remember this girl told me. She told me straight, I only girls are for you. I was like, that shit was crazy. She knew. She knew. She was a white girl too. Good ass white girl. She knew. Some of my friends from band. She knew. I'm not attracted to girls. She knows I like to be around guys. Even my band teacher was like, why you always be around guys, Obi? It made me feel like shit. But because, hey, I don't want to tempt myself. It's like, if you're not going to have sex with women and shit because for whatever reason, right? I know it's like, I'm not trying to have sex with any girl or anything for other reasons. Like, you know, also my older brother had fucking got a girl pregnant and all that type of shit too. You know what I mean? Being broke as fuck, mom working double shifts and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Looking at retirement home. Got two other younger brothers and siblings. And my older sister was still fucking, you know what I'm saying, in the house. And the older brother still been in the house. A lot of stress, a lot of shit going on. It was too much. But yeah. I was like, myself, I was like, but I had no, but that was like my first feeling of like transgender or whatever. Like I could say like, okay, that was like the sexual grown ass aspect of it. And then like, I would say like, then, right, this is what I'm saying, and I didn't even notice this shit. Then I felt like a fat fucking piece of shit, and I went on a raw vegan diet, right? And I did all this shit. I could say it was raw stuff. I could say it was this. I could say it's the right way to eat. But let's be honest. In all reality, I twinked the fuck out. I twinked the fuck out. I twinked up, but I didn't think I was twinked the fuck up because I was raised to be a man. So my mind was like I was raw. So you skinny as fuck, but you think like you're like this hardcore ass dude. So. The senior year of high school, Marco came back and he was buffed the fuck up. He bulked the fuck up and dude was fucking muscle the fuck out. And I was literally twinked the fuck up. That shit's crazy. And I remember him always has like, he was always telling me, I want like long ass dreadlocks and shit. I was like, I don't want like silky ass hair. So, you get what I'm saying? I've always attracted like the masculine types that like need that energy, the feminine energy of a man, so to speak. You know? They need a gay dad type shit. Also, like, to be honest, being honest, like, I'm trying to think of the years and shit. So then, like, when I was in, so I didn't do anything gay with Marco, we just smoked. And then, like, I remember requesting it one time, and after we sucked each other off, he called me and was like, "Yo, I want to talk about what happened." And I was like, I told him not to talk about it anymore. And that he just like was like, "Oh, okay, like whatever, we're not gonna talk about it." And that shit was weird. And then I realized that because I was repressing that shit, like I just really needed somebody to be like, "It's okay, it's okay, like it's okay." But that's hard to break out that closet. You know, just think about it. Like, you've been in the closet your whole life. Like, the closet is not like you put yourself in the closet, man. Like, it's not a closet. Like, what it really is like you're like being bullied into the fucking like into a locker. Like, I'm just like, you know, how they do in high school, just shove you into a locker, and you're just like, what the fuck? And they take another gay person and be like, calm down, I'm gonna fucking try to get the combo out, and you know what I mean? Trying to help you get the fuck out, but like. You need to calm the fuck down, you know what I'm saying? Like, so they can fucking do that shit. Like, you're not doing that shit, you know? Because you're still, when you come out, that's the people that put you in there are still there. You know what I mean? So, that's one thing, you know? And second of all, they try to help you get out, you know? And do whatever you need to do with your life. Not just get out, but do whatever you need to do. Because some people, that door, you know what I'm saying, be still open though. Go back in the closet, then they open the closet, you know what I'm saying? They got the whole combination and everything, you know, and we got padlocks on their shit. Some people fucking, you know what I'm saying, ain't bring their shit out for months, for years. Some people fucking close that shit and demolish that shit, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, the point I'm just trying to make is, yeah, so it was just like very like that's that down low mentality. It's a mind thing. It's like a mind fuckery because of how you were raised and everything. And so it's basically like internalized transphobia or homophobia. And so like I was like 12th grade, then like I graduated high school, and that whole year of high school, that's when I'm saying like dysphoria, but like what the fuck? So like. My whole junior year of high school, I was trying to grow my hair out, and I was growing it out, and my mom made me cut that shit. No, it was like I was 10th grade, so I was 10th grade year, and my mom made me cut that shit, and I was like, what the fuck? So like all junior year, I used to get like waves and shit, and I used to like, you know what I'm saying, like brush my hair, like get waves and shit, and so I did that shit hard as fuck when I was in like senior year of high school. And then I don't think senior year of high school I did that shit that much. But like, yeah, senior year I didn't do that shit. I didn't do that shit that much. So like, I'm trying to remember what happened. Like, I remember it was freshman year. It was the whole thing about me not cutting my hair, and that's the thing all the trans girls they go through too. Like, their parents will be like, "Oh, cut your hair." You're like in 9th grade. You know what I'm saying? You're like 14. I'm like 15. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what the fuck? You're like, oh my god. I want to cut my hair, and they're like, what the fuck? It's a big deal. Then you cut your hair, and it's like, okay. I remember my brother was like, I remember I came home with him, my brother was like, I have a whole argument with my family, my whole fucking family, my whole fucking family. And then like, my brother came home one day and was like, you gotta cut that shit out, bro. And I cut it. For my family. And then, you know what I'm saying? It always been that shit. It's been weird like that. That's why I'm like, oh hell no. You know? I wasn't really fucking with that shit. So, anyways, by the time I graduated from high school and shit, you know what I'm saying, like, around that time, 12th grade, like, I was really getting into Rasta and shit, and about Marley and shit, and I was just thinking about the hair and shit, like, and it's not necessarily, like, oh, it's like, why can't we be who we want to be? Like, why can't men have long hair? Well, that's the thing, I believe in that shit. It is one of the, I started to basically vibe with people that believed in the strength of their hair. liking Samson, you know what I'm saying, Rastas, people like that, you know. And I was obsessed with men with long hair. Like I always looked up Tumblr videos and pictures of guys with long hair. Like something with long hair, and it was like, oh, like, I always kind of felt a little bit of this like internalized gender dysphoria, or whatever the fuck, or this, you know what I mean? Because of the fact that some of those guys would have no facial hair, and how much that made them look like a girl and shit, or whatever, girlish. And that shit was like, damn. So you want to have facial hair, but then like, you know, I did that for a while. So it was like that was my journey, you know. And I took that journey like with me, and it was kind of like a monk mentality, like where I'm sustaining from sex, and it's like that's another excuse, you know what I'm saying? Like God and all that shit. That's another excuse to like not like participate in like the sexual activity of humans. That's weird, you know. And so, you know. But really, because socially speaking, like, you know, we're in a heterosexual world, so that's why heteronormativity makes you feel like you gotta be that way. But then it's like, what the fuck? You realize, oh shit, you know? Hold on one second. So then, let's be honest. All those hormones raging, sex hormones as a guy. I graduated high school at 19. In college, 20, no, 19, 20. You know what I mean? Did make it to 21 before I got out of college. Really, I was there for my first year, right out. So I was like 19, right? 19, 20. It was like, you know what I mean? Then the year came, I was 20. And before I left, after that semester, after that first semester, so I didn't even turn really 20, you know what I mean? I ain't turned 20, 21. But anyways, so I was horny as fuck, and all the bitches were looking fine as fuck, and I didn't know how to communicate with them. I was like stalkerish. That's when I kind of went like, that's when incel thing became a thing, and I fucking took that thing trope and shit, so I tried to become an incel, and I was like raping a woman in back in the college days. Fuck me, I know, right? But anyways, that was what it was. But because I'm trying to prove that I wasn't this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm straight. See? I can do it. Oh, yo. Madness. That's what it was for me. That's what it was. I ain't see it. I'm not queer. Well. And so, that madness is what drove that. But in that time, like, I'm still like twinked the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? My second semester, that's my freshman year. After my second semester, my freshman year, it was alright. I was actually had fun in my second semester. I had friends, but they were guys. All this guy shit. They were like losers, nerds, and kind of derelicts. Holy shit. They're kind of just like OG ass dudes and shit like that. Like, certain type of vibe, you know? Like, hey, your dad smoke, yeah, my dad smoke, shit. Like, niggas I knew back in the hood, that shit. Like, niggas I knew here. You want to start it, roast it out with that, and then we'll just cherry it up with that. Nice. But yeah, so that was what that was. And I had like moments of like processing feelings in the sense of like going around dancing and shit in the back. My favorite songs. Just that song one time that was weird as fuck. And I always had like deep emotional friendships. Still wasn't with girls at all. Never understood it. I always looked at girls as competition type shit. We're also like equal. We're equals, right? Oh, shit. I always question the female's motives, like what do you think, like what the fuck, why you think like that, like it gives you the right, you know. And all does. So. Anyways, so real quick, let's kind of round it up. Getting kind of late. So after like those 2 years or after I came back, you know what I mean? Like the after my first semester of college, I'm not gonna lie, I'll tell you what happened. My friend sucked me off, and it was from high school. And I came back from around Thanksgiving time. He was like, cause I was horny as fuck after college. All those fine ass bitches, and I had nothing. You know what I'm saying? Just porn. And I had watched a lot of porn at that time too. I was busting nuts so fucking hard every fucking day. So hard to fuck out. Are you kidding me? My roommate knew I was fucking jacking off every day. I probably freaked him the fuck out. I was jacking off before. So I seen something. Anyway, though. It was at that age where, see, it was around that age where you literally like jack off and like you're not sleeping anymore, like you're staying up late and shit because of it. You know what I'm talking about, that age. Well, you gotta smoke a cigarette, yeah. That's what that was about. Like, that shit's crazy. That shit's crazy. Yeah. What's the place? I'm trying to think. Trying to think. That shit was crazy. I'm trying to think. Sorry. It's just that, just hitting artist foot. Stop fat that shit. It's so big. It's the whole big. Okay. It's the big. That's pretty fat though, still. This is real big. The whole big. That's the blunt. That's pretty fat blunt. But anyway, so yeah, he took my dick and shit, and that shit was like, well, what the fuck? And then I had left and came back after that second year semester and shit. And then the nigga was like, you came my butt, and so I fucked him, and it was like, the first time he sucked me off, I felt like I was gay, like I fucking started crying, because that's when I realized. I can't even start crying that night because I realized I was actually fucking gay. Like, I realized I've been doing this shit my whole fucking life, yo. Like, I've been having sex with guys my whole life, and I'm very awkward around girls, and I don't even really like the sexual satisfaction I get from a guy and my guy friends is so much more like better, you know, like it's different. Like if you could just say, even gay guys, like they don't want to have sex with just any guy sometimes, but they're not, you know, that's not their like thing, you know. But like to fall in love with your best friends type shit, like that's just the best fucking feeling in the world for a gay guy. Like I ain't gonna lie, growing up in a heteronormative society, it's like when you're like gay, and, like you have a friend who likes you and shit, like that shit crazy. You want to have sex with him. But anyway, so I remember you asking him out, like, do you ever like want to do with a guy? He was very homophobic and awkward. A lot of improvised homophobia. He just didn't say shit. He would just be like he'd be looking angry or looking like this type of way. It was weird. Yeah. So I was like realizing like that was like when I realized I was gay. And then when I went back to, you know what I'm saying, I started out of school at that point, and that's when I was kind of like, I came out to my friends, and at that time I was like, what, 22 almost, around like 21, I came back home around 21, I was so I was like 21, 22, you know what I'm saying, like, 23, and then like, I was hanging with this guy named Torrance for a while, too, around that time period, you know what I'm saying, and like, I realized that shit too, the whole time I was hanging out with him. Heteronormative as fuck, and then like I'm just sitting here pretending to like be heteronormative, like, but I think I am in my mind. And so like he's like, you're gonna have sex, you're gonna get a girlfriend one day, bro. Like you're gonna have sex with a girl, bro. I'm telling him I'm a virgin and shit when it comes to women. And that shit was always on my head, like even as it really was on my heart, in my head, like you're a virgin. Like bro, I've had sex with like so many fucking males. It's like you're not a fucking virgin, dude. Like you're just not. I remember my friend. When I came up to my friends and I told them how people had sex with, they were like, what the fuck? You're not a fucking virgin. You know what I'm saying? You've had sex with a lot of people and shit. They're just dudes. And like, but like, I'd be like, well, you know, it's a natural shit. It's unnatural. This shit. I was literally raised in a Catholic church at Sunday school, like shit. And these motherfuckers told us as teenagers, gay sex is not real sex. God intended man and woman to be together, and that's real sex. Gay people can't get married. I remember there was a rebellious girl in the house. She was like, "What about gay people?" And she was like, "Like gay people cannot get married under God. Marriage is God's law, and that's not between a man and woman because they can reproduce." That's what they taught us. That's fucking crazy. One ass adult was telling us that shit. And I was in Sunday school. That's why I was like, yeah, that's why I'm like, yeah, that's the reason why my mom fucking raised me a certain way. That's why I'm realizing too, like, my mom will never accept this. Is like, like as your older brother, I will never accept. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the fucking killing our mother. How could you? That's they'll never accept me as being transgender. I realize that shit now. Like, it's not gonna happen. Like, I got exit the stage. I got extra stage left. Just extra stage left because it's not going. There's no reason. Like, I don't realize spirits like you tell me like don't go back. Like, there's a reason why if you're gonna do this transgender shit. Like, you cannot. You're not going back. Because like, think about it. Like, my mom literally sent me to Sunday school and they taught me this shit. So that's what she wanted me to do. That's what she was like. I didn't raise this one. You ain't really gonna do shit. Fuck you. Send me to Sunday school. They told me, oh, you see hot girls. Like, what do you do if you're attracted to women? Just look the other way. Look the other way. We were all sitting in a fucking circle, bro. These fucking men were just standing around us. So what do you do on a retreat? We all went into the woods and shit. Fucking kids and shit. Type shit. Preteen, queens and shit. So what do you do if a woman looks really attractive? It's just really attractive. Just be rude. Okay. So we get away from you. It made us feel like we were in trouble for like doing that shit. I remember that shit was so, and I even felt like, man, this shit feel weird. I remember feeling like this shit feel weird. Like, it forced. It's like, why you doing that shit? That's forced that shit. Then in school, these motherfuckers were telling us like, you're gonna have these fucking changes, and they didn't even fucking tell us. It was very like diagraphical. Like, this is what's gonna happen. This is what they really did. They put a fucking. You know how back in the 90s when they had a little fucking projector shit? These motherfuckers were in the fucking gymnasium with that shit. Talking, this is the fucking penis and shit. And describing that shit. You know what I'm saying? Da-da-da-da-da-da. And like, that's literally all they fucking did. These are the testicles and shit. Like, this is the scrotum and shit like that. Da-da-da-da-da-da. This is where urination comes in. This is where the stimulation and shit. Ejaculation will come out and shit. Like we looking at them motherfuckers like we all like looking at them motherfuckers like we know already, bro. That shit's crazy. And then the funny thing was, I remember we were all sitting in rows, and I remember the guy in 4th grade. You know what I'm saying? This video in 4th grade. The guy, boy, I was having sex with. You know what I'm saying? During the shit, that motherfucker was like literally like. Sitting up there and shit and looks back at me and shit, and I look directly at that nigga like, yeah, nigga, I know. You know. We have sex. Like, we know what an erection is and all that shit. I feel like, and then the girls, they took all the girls and put them in there, and like, that's crazy. They probably don't even do that shit anymore. And they just did that shit for us. That was the only biology we got, you know what I'm saying? It was like, okay, you have a penis, you have a vagina. They waited till we were in the 4th grade to tell us that we had a penis or vagina, what it was. That's insane. Anyway, though, so like this is me to shit back up to college and shit, and all that shit. So yeah, but this is my time. I'm like 24. I stopped hanging out with Torrance because I realized he's too heteronormative, and then like he's too thugged out. You know, he wants to fucking like die. And so like I started hanging out with my homies, and we did like fun California girl shit. You know what I'm saying? Like went out to like the big ass state parks here in Houston and shit areas, and like we were going in the Jeep and shit. And we smoke out the Jeep, go get my homies after work and shit. We would go to the club. We would just go places and shit. We would literally take acid and just go around the fucking town and shit, and G smoking weed and shit. Like, it was cool as fuck, man. Like, we really were like having fun, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, we were young as fuck. I was like 20, I'll probably say I was like 20, no, I wasn't like 23. I was too young. I was too young. I'm telling you, I'm thinking like, it wasn't 23, and I was in my late 20s, early 20s at all. I was like, that came out later. Like, this had to be like, it could be when I was 19. It's had to be out of college, so I'd be like 21. I remember, the reason I remember is because I remember when this kind of first started, and I was like, I was turning 21. I turned 21, and I was like, telling my homie, I was like, yeah, man, I'm turning 21, and like, you know what I mean? So that means I had to be hanging out with my homie Torrance for like, when I was like, yeah, because I came back. We used to hang out a lot, I guess. I don't know. This is weird. I'm like, when did we hang out a lot? We were hanging out a lot for a minute. I'm trying to remember when it happened. I think it was like, because I remember going back to school and he was like, I was in school when I turned, like I said, around 20. And then like that semester I came out before I was 21. And he was like, welcome back, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it was a lot of times we used to hang out. Even all through high school and shit. And then after college, we went to art institute, then went to the apartments. It was all types of shit. But that like hood ass time we had together and shit was like, real shit was like, after I came back, and I was like, I was turning 21, and that nigga was like, yeah. It was really like the summer and shit between it. It was a summer. And then after the summer, I'm trying to remember that one. It was a time period. It was like really, like, it was like a year almost. Like season. It was a season maybe. I probably was hanging with them. It was a season. I think it was a season. It was like a year. It was a season. Because I remember I was like literally like just going to this nigga's house smoking and shit, chilling. It actually was all we did. Had no job. That shit was crazy. It's like a whole summer or some shit. That shit was crazy. I'm trying to remember. Yeah. But I remember turning 21 and hanging out. That's why I was juggling the niggas. I was juggling the niggas at the time. Right. Because I came around like Thanksgiving, Christmas time. And then I like was back and I was going to his house, smoking him and chilling and shit. Smoking him and chilling and shit. And I'm like, all that shit. And that video of it. And then Steven and Chris were just like brothers and shit. They were cool as fuck, and I was hanging with them. And they had a queer sister, who was dyke, so I thought they were cool with the queer community because she goes to a fucking queer church and shit, and they all go with her and shit. Like, it's crazy, support her. And I'm just like, what the fuck, bro? Like, I should be used to queer people and shit, so I was like, oh my god, I'm queer too. And I'm like, you know what I mean? Not really a response. I found that out because I told him, because like I said, like that's what I said, like turned 21. After I turned 21, it was like, yeah, I didn't tell him shit for a while. I was hanging with Torrance. I started hanging with Torrance, and then it was like, you know, around like 22 and shit. Cause I was like, what? In 2013, I was 19. That's 6 years different. So if I'm like 21, 22, that means I have to be at least 16, 16, 16, 15, 16. So it had to be 2015 or 2016. That's when emo rap started getting that shit. But I wasn't even into it yet. I didn't know about it. So 2015, 2016 and shit. And I was focused on like other type of music and shit. You know, all my friends and shit like that. Like the Wiz Khalifa, we were into Wiz Khalifa actually. Hard. And Juicy J shit. And that shit was going on. You know, tours and that shit. That shit was like weird. But anyways, so you know, the day-to-days and all that shit. Wiz Khalifa day-to-days. But so at this point, I kind of already had sex with a guy, my friend, and I've already like he sucked me out plenty of times. You know, in my own fucking house at this point too. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I was just hanging with dudes and smoking. And then like I kind of knew like what's up. I mean, you know, I just kind of straightened that shit out. And then like I don't know, like, and I knew too, cause like when I like saw my homie that's not gay take his shirt off, and I felt some type of way. It's because I'm living this double life. You know what I mean? Did baby. And then like, yeah. So I stopped hanging out with him and hanging with other homies, and then like I told them that I was attracted to them and all that type of shit. This shit was not cool. Like I didn't have a gender identity issue at this point at all. Like really, you know what I mean? More euphoria, but like, and that. But then like this is what I was talking about. This was fucking me up because when I came out, it was like not only the being gay or the action of having sex with a guy to some degree made me feel I could be effeminate or gay or whatever. It's just something that comes out now, and because I came out, it made me feel like, you know, I like to express that, you know. And so it turned into a whole thing where, you know, I found the transgender community, and then you know what I'm saying, their stories and shit, and I started matching stories and shit, like basically based off of childhood and shit, like childhood shit. And that's what fucked me up. I can't remember the fucking lady's name, and she's probably not on YouTube anymore, but it's a Hispanic lady, red hair and shit. She is transgender, she had to make some videos, and the videos were just like, okay, like, you know, straight to the point, and she was telling me how, like, and I was like, oh my god, like, I resonated with it because I saw it happen. I seen it happen to effeminate, you know, males when you were, like, younger, being taunted about that shit. And that's how I was basically reared. See, I was reared that shit off at home. You know, General was like, you nip that shit in the bud. That's basically what my dad did, type shit. You know what I'm saying? And my brothers and shit. So that's why it's like, it's not the same, you know? Because these motherfuckers didn't dip that shit in the bud, so they just kept on doing that shit. It became their personality. I wasn't socialized that way. I was raised to talk and be a certain way. That's why I even, you know what I'm saying? It's an annoying fact. But that's why I'm just like, you know? So I was like, okay, this femininity shit, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, this gay shit, I'm about to be gay as fuck. And you seen trannies and shit, and I'm like, okay, and they can do all the shit. And that shit, like, I didn't want that shit at first. I was like, nah. I didn't even care about it. I was just fascinated by it. Like, this is crazy. You know what I mean? I saw a porno with a tranny. It was not a porno, it was a perk video. Skinny Star. And it was only because the conscious nigga was talking shit about faggots and shit. And I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, what the fuck is this shit? And that shit was intriguing. And slowly but surely, I got more into the fucking transgender community, looking up shit, okay, you know what I'm saying, on YouTube, and then porn, and it was like, okay, and I really like watching transgender porn, but like, I felt like transgender porn was better than fucking straight porn, gay porn, because gay porn made me feel like, damn, like, two guys, that's like really fucking heavy sexual content. So like, tranny is kind of closer to girls, so it's a little more vanilla, it's more okay, for me to take down. So that's why I was like, watching that shit, and shit, and so it kind of made me feel conflicted with my sexuality and shit. But then, like, I don't know, like, I was watching straight porn one day, and I just felt like these bitches, these hoes, there's just 1,000 of them, there's millions of them, like, and they don't give a fuck about the guy. Like, you're like fantasizing this is gonna happen to you, but it's never gonna happen because that's not how girls operate in real life. And so I just kind of like the fantasy of like porn, kind of straight porn, kind of just like died. So I just hated that shit. You know what I'm saying? But, you know what I mean? Gay porn, was nice too, but it's another thing too. Like a lot of guys are not gay out here. They'll punch you in the face for that shit. So it's just like it's one of those things where you're like, nah. But trans porn for some reason just made you feel like, yeah, if that was to happen, like because I mean at the end of the day, trannies are kind of like mythical creatures with the shit. So it's like something like sexy and like story, like role playing seems like it might go on a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? So you're like, fuck yeah. Type shit. It just, I heard slam, but you get what I'm saying. So, and then trannies are perfect for like classical shit, feminine situations. Just to be off the tropes and shit, But, shit, like, so I started watching tranny porn. And then I felt like bad about just watching tranny porn. And then like I was watching like YouTube videos, hard story. That's what I'm saying, that's what happened. Then my mom kicked me out of the house because I just was like a bum and shit. You know what I'm saying? I got no job, just like a roster, you know what I'm saying? Bum ass nigga. And then, all my fucking hair just like they just grew out untamed completely. Beard all fucked up. And then like working outside and just flipping signs and shit. And then yeah, so can't remember. So and I didn't have at this point I didn't really have a gender identity issue. I just kind of felt like, okay, like, damn, like, I didn't have any identity, but I was so fascinated. I was so fast. Then I found like, I was fascinated. I'm not gonna lie, it's bad. It's like I would just look at like pictures of trans women, like the porn sites, like the pictures of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like Uber and all that shit, like black trans girls, that shit. I would look up all these like pictures of trans models and shit, and just be like examining their body, trying to pick out which part is male, which one's female, like what they got done, how they got it done. Like this shit's weird, like a little too much. You know what I mean? Like a little too much. Hard. Like I mean, I remember I would do that shit I would just do that shit to stare, or sometimes I would just like stare at them, just stare to their face, like, and just be like, yeah, just be like turned on, but not like, you know what I mean? But it's just, you're just like looking like, oh yeah, wow. And it's just like, you know what I mean? Like it's a man, right? Type shit. But like with the whole hormones on shit, it's just like, wow, you're fucking beautiful. And then you look down and you're like, it's a penis. But like, you're so fucking beautiful. Even if they look nasty, still, you're like, sometimes you go, damn, you look fucking pretty as shit. Like, what the fuck? What's that? I don't know. Sometimes I'm thinking about that. But yeah, and like, that shit was crazy. So, that's what I did a lot. And, just repressing hard as fuck, you see what I'm saying? And then, like, I based on my speed up a little bit, and I'm right around 23, I think. I'm around like 21, 22. Let's say it's 2016, 15, 16. Yeah, because that's why I moved out and, like, moved into, like, my sister and her fucking, like, ex-boyfriend that she was living with and shit, and she still had her sex buddy and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like 2017, I think. Or 2016. So I was like 23. And like, I started talking to my homies because I tried to move up with them, but they were being flaky and became homeless. And then like, off the streets, and I remember telling them before that shit, like, that I was like, bro, I told them when I moved out with them into their apartment, because they got the apartment, I was like, yo, like, I'm gonna go full gay. And they were like, what does that mean by full gay? And I was like, basically, I didn't even know what I meant by that shit. I literally started looking up how to fucking be transgender. And then, because I'm a roster and shit, and, I'm intelligent and shit, and I understand it's just genetics and all that shit. Man, I immediately started looking at herbal fucking estrogen pills and all type of shit. So to start, man, I literally fucking started taking black colash pills from the fucking Target and shit. Stole that shit off the fucking counter and shit. You know what I mean? Started fucking taking all these different other. I can't remember all the other ones that I probably took. Red Clover, all some other shit. I was taking that shit like for real. Like that shit's crazy. And the shit worked too. That's the fucking crazy part too. It worked crazy. Man. It worked like crazy. But yeah, that's what happened to me basically. Like yeah. And that's when I was cross-dressing. But I didn't know I was cross-dressing. I thought I was just transgender. You know what I'm saying? And then like, I thought that I just need to integrate it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, become more transgender. Like, take these pills. Cause I was trying to look up how to be transgender without, like, you know what I mean, naturally and shit. And I just was like, you know, and then all these other things I just, you know, I know, and I know that women live longer than men. You get what I'm saying? Because of estrogen, testosterone is acidic to the body. I knew that because as a health guru, being health conscious in the roster community, health conscious community, or whatever you want to call it, we know that testosterone is acidic to the body. So men, when they're eating, they need to eat alcohol. It's important and shit. And we know that there's these foods that are, you know what I'm saying, franken foods are not natural foods, are more acidic to the female body and shit. You know what I'm saying? They make the female body pH level be balance be off because her body is mostly water and it's mostly, you get what I'm saying? That's why even on my hormone shit, I drink like a female with I drink coconut water and shit. Got my motherfucking green tea, bitch. You get what I'm saying? Got the coffee and shit. You get what I'm saying? Got the H2O by the gallon. You get what I'm saying? You ain't missing out when you play no games. And I got my fruit drinks too, so we in the game. I'm gonna say this before I go. Yeah, so that was around the time. But then I met like on the internet like Rob Fleming and shit because I was getting resistance from the world. Like a lot of people were just looking at me like I was weird and I felt weird. And then like one time I went outside, you know what I'm saying, dressed as like makeup and like trying to look fucking like faggadocious. And some guy, I got really fucking awkward feeling. I just felt really awkward. I felt everybody was looking at me and shit. And then like, but I was really being trying to like check out if people were looking at me just because I didn't want people to like gang up on me and like beat me up or something. So then like, that's when my sister was like, "You don't know you're fucking gay." And then I was like, "Damn." I felt like shit. I brought my shit and I left. I went home and I felt like the girls at the fucking shit was looking at me like I was fucking crazy. I felt like I was crazy looking. And I went to 99 cents for and did that shit. So much resistance. And so that's when I was like, nah, so I just put it away. I feel like a piece of shit. I stopped being gay. You know what I'm saying? I stopped being gay. And then like I was cross-dressed still by myself because I feel like I'm still transgender and shit. And then like I was supposed to be transgender and then I found out like, nah. You know what I'm saying? That's just cross-dressing because Rob Fleming was like saying all the shit about AGPs and da-da-da-da-da-da, and I was like, they're not basketball, da-da-da-da-da, and I was like, damn, I completely felt like, I cried too. I cried. I remember crying. That shit was crazy. It's something I honestly, I repressed. Like, some cries I repressed. Like, I cried twice on some, like, deep, like, dissatisfaction of, like, life type shit. Like, when it comes to being transgender, like, literally, like, the first time was that time when Rockland was like, you're just an AGP, you're not really a woman. Because I was a part of all the fucking, like, trans community shit. Like, you're really a woman, you could do this, you could become a woman and shit, like, it's something, and I'm saying, like, I started watching, like, movies and shit, like, media, like just for girls and shit like that. Like that made me feel so good because it was like, oh, I always dreamed of loving my best friend, but I always try to make girls my best friend. But every time I try to make a girl my best friend, she's in the friend zone. Like, and then that's just like, how the fuck you get out of the friend zone if you want your wife to be your best friend? Type shit. You're looking for your best friend and female from the fuck, but this motherfucker don't want you to be her best friend. She wants you to be her fucking like, you know what I'm saying? Like conflict. I don't know. Petition. There's a competition, but conflict. You know what I'm saying? Like they want conflict and shit. It's not like I'm not gonna like just challenge you. You know what I'm saying? Let's do the same shit. Let's do this better. Like let me just fucking make conflict with you and fuck with whatever you got going on and talk shit about what the fuck you got going on. Like what the fuck? That's what I'm saying. Like that shit weird to me. That's why I've never really liked girls. Like even as I used to say I don't like girls, but then as a grown man, I remember like my Rasta fucking teacher was like, I've never heard my grandpa say he don't like girls. My grandma used to say she don't like boys. What you mean? But now she has a whole family of girls. How do you think they think about boys? I know that shit affected me. I'm like, nigga, come on, bro. Like, damn. It is what it is. Like, I can say I never liked girls. It's like, but as a grown man, if you say that shit, you sound so weird. That's why I'm at work. These niggas like taunting me and shit. Like, you gotta know how to talk to women and shit, Obi. I'm just like, this please. I don't know nothing about that stupid ass shit. Anyways, though, check it. So, people acting like I'm being difficult and shit. Everybody being difficult, people think you're being difficult and shit, and it's like, nah, you're being fucking like unethical. You know what I'm saying? Like you're demanding shit based on the shit, but there's no claim to shit. You know what I'm saying? I just don't like people ruin the process of the fucking flow of the restaurant. That's my main pet peeve. We need to get the flow. There's a flow to that shit. That's why I have things like angry as fuck. I'm like, bro, he's like, probably get over there. No, you need to be. He'd be like, make a pizza, and then be like, go over there. This is the stupid ass thing. He's stupid as fuck too. He'll put a pizza in there, right, and be like, I don't see the pizza. Where put the pizza in? And then like they put the pizza in. And he'll sit there and be like, I don't see the pizza. I don't see the pizza in. Like, nigga, are you crazy? With the ADHD. But anyways, check it out. So yeah. So that's what happened. I was like, I was like 23 and shit, like. And I just felt, okay, fuck it, I'm gonna be a femboy, I'm gonna be a fucking like rockfish and shit. And like that was cool. And I guess I was on HGP, but I was just being a guy then. And I did that shit for a while until I started, I'm trying to think. I did that shit till I kind of stopped doing it when I left the apartment because I feel like I went back. Yeah, I lost a job and all that shit from my job, and I was really depressed, I guess. I don't know. And then like I left my life, and then like It was getting kind of weird. Like I told a girl, and she didn't respect it. I think she just kind of keep me as a sugar daddy. Knowing I was never gonna transition. Even have my friends, I knew you were gonna transition and shit. It's a lot of money, so you were chicken out on that shit. And I was like, damn, like niggas just had no hope in me and shit. That's just fucked up. And so then like, so I brought that shit away, became homeless and shit, and then like I had messaged my fucking math teacher and Shiraz teacher, and he was like, yeah, you're cursed, bro, you're cursed. And I was like, damn. And then I was like, damn. And I kind of stopped giving a fuck kind of at that point. I remember, unknowingly. Because I remember like, I was like trying to abstain, jacking off. I wasn't trying, but I was just not doing it. And then one day, I'm not gonna lie, I was really going through my fucking pictures and shit, just my files. Dude, I literally fucking found a picture of a crossdresser and shit, just looking thick as fuck. And like, it was not even like a great picture. I'm not gonna lie. It wasn't like a super like exquisite porn picture, like at all. It's a crossdresser, just thick as fuck, cute as fuck. And it was the fact that this fucking guy is so fucking adorable in drag kind of shit. It was so fun. And then, like, the thing about it, I thought it was a fucking girl. Dead ass. I was like, ooh. I had to go in the restroom of the fucking Jack in the Box and back off to it. And then I started looking, and I clicked on it, you know what I'm saying? You look at the description with the name and shit, it was like crossdresser. And I started looking at the Google searching it, and I was like, this is the fucking crossdresser. That shit fucked me up. I was like, what the fuck? And I went out and I started screaming and shit. I was like, ah. I couldn't escape it. And I realized, you know what I mean? That's what it was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just like that shit. There's no problem. You have to just accept that shit. Like, you're cursed and shit, like, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't really want to accept that type of curse. I didn't really want to accept it for a while. When it comes to being gay. And then, like, when what you call it? Then it was like, I got the apartment, I went back home for a little bit, got the apartment, still getting sucked off with my other fucking homie from the first, and then like, I had my other homie, new homie, you know what I'm saying, he came out to me and he started sucking me off, and then like, so that was like, you know what I mean? And I started expressing my gender to him and shit, but he didn't really understand. Well, he didn't really like understand, so he felt kind of weird about it. So I didn't want to bring it out to him, you know what I'm saying? Plus I had my own internalized homophobia, transphobia. So then like, that's when I'm going past 23, I'm like 25 now at this point. So at this point, like, I moved in with this guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm having sex with the shit, security guard and all that shit. And the queerness is not something I'm doing because I'm trying to really be a grown man. I'm a security guard. I got like an image. Actually, I'm at my mom's house. And then I'm trying to move out and shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a whole thing. And then like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so the transit is not there, but the gayness is up there. Like, he's sucking me off like a lot. You know what I mean? So I'm like kind of moving with it. So I move in with dude and shit. And like, I'm like 25. And then whole shit happens. We're gonna break up all that shit. And then, damn, like I'm on my own again, homeless. Go back to my mom's house and shit, type shit, you know. And it's 2027. This is after the whole COVID shit. And so when COVID happened, I remember thinking like, this is what he was talking about first. This is being gay first and shit. And then I started thinking like, okay, like, I was like thinking like, I was thinking like, literally like, I can probably call that nigga to have sex and shit, cause I was so horny and shit. And I was doing basically beat. That's why I got really into like BDSM, femdom, verbal shit, communication, talk, you know, that type of shit. Too, you know what I'm saying? A lot of that. But then I started watching transgender porn, and then like being super into that shit, and then like getting some panties. You know what I'm saying? I'm wearing panties, I'm homeless living in a tent and shit. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't really have any like really moments and shit, but like super depressed at the time. It was a depressing time for me. I was hurt. And so we came out and went to my mom's house and shit. Like working at the factory, I was like 27 at this time. And then like it hit me when like I was just among other like Nigerian like females and they were acting, I was acting, I was like, oh my god, like I don't know, I think like a female. And it's very primal. Africans are very primal, so it was like, oh my god, I think like a female. And so it just like awoken like the diagram of transgender to me. So like I really imagine like this female in a cage and like Jeff, like the spirit that's like the protector spirit, which is the dark spirit. That motherfucker like has her in his dark cage and shit. You know what I'm saying? And so like I'm like trying to talk to Jeff, you know what I'm saying, like let her out, you know what I'm saying? And it's like it's just that's me. Like this to me is like just me. You know? And so then I have like the guy side that would come, but he barely came in. He comes into like kind of like, hey guys, calm down, just calm the fuck down, you know what I'm saying? Just calm the fuck down. And I really had split personality. Those are my personalities. And so I realized I was letting them all integrate with each other in my mind as I'm working, because it's really repetitive work, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just like shoving my shit type shit, just like in my mind going through it. And then like I was going, on breaks I would go on shit and do it on Reddit and do it in my processor and my transgender, like to myself, and just really ponder. And then I found like YouTube and I found X Heidi and she was like confessing about her being a processor and all that shit. And I was like, exactly, that's how I fucking feel too as a processor. But then like I looked at her after a while, you know what I'm saying? You look at her and you're like, hold on, this bitch is not, she's a processor. Wear leotards all the time, that's not like realistic. Like, and that's when I realized like you're transgender, like you're like a transsexual, like you don't really need, you know what I mean? It's not like you don't need a psychological like thing, you know what I mean? It's not like you need a transition. It's like you want to transition, you know what I'm saying, really badly, and it sucks that you just can't. Type shit. But anyways, so, you know, what you call it? Yeah. What I'm saying is, like, so I've been questioning my gender at this point, but it's suppressed now, you know, at this point. And then, like, when that happened, because the way these men were acting towards me too, it's like they're so dominant and assholeish. And I realized I don't like. And honestly, it's like I feel like in Kingdom time. Think of like the medieval times and shit, or like you know in battle and shit, like Vikings and shit. Like I wouldn't fight. Like I'd be a total bitch. I'd be a fucking like I'd suck your dick, daddy, and tell you shit. I'd get like that if like it came down to like it really came down to like my life. You know what I mean? When it comes to desperation, I'd be a total bitch. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I always knew this about myself since I was a kid. And I feel like these men come out here with this fucking like, I don't give a fuck. That's why I don't want to go to jail, because I know like if I go to jail, I'd be I'd be somebody's bitch. But it's like, maybe blue dad, maybe you sacrifice. I'm a big bitch. But then, on 27th, working at the fucking factory and shit, and you know, I'm realizing like there's something in me that needs to come out and shit, and then I actually, this is what happened, I fucked up. I started bringing it out to like my friends and shit at work, my coworker used to drive to work and shit. Like he like, yeah, the hoes over there, I'm like, yeah, like gay prostitutes on the other side over there too. I'm like, what the I saw a crossdresser over there and shit. Yeah, I was working security. He's like, I'm weirded out by it, not saying shit. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like, I did my eyebrows because of dysphoria and shit. And these motherfuckers, like, everybody at work was like, no. And I'm the one saying, it's punk. What's up? It's punk. They realize, oh, he's so quiet and all that shit. That say shit weird as fuck. Trying to do his job really well. Cause he's fucking sad. And I was like, damn. But mind you, I've been taking testosterone blockers, herbal and shit, since I was like 23. And you don't really feel fully grown up till you're like 25. I didn't realize that too either. I found that shit out. I'm like, damn. So I really have been transgender this whole fucking time. That's why, like, I'm 30 and like I be like taking Ubers and shit. Niggas be like, you think you're 30 years old? And like, you don't look like you're 30. People know. And then like I'm watching what's his face, and he's like saying like, yeah, like you don't look, cause like they be knowing like you're trans or something. That should be crazy. Anyways. But that's what happened and shit. Like, and so that's when I tried to go. I put my job over there. I became an Uber driver, a DoorDash driver, and I was basically transitioning, like taking the black hole wash and taking the estrogen and shit. And it was working, you know what I'm saying? I was taking that shit, and I was growing up. I was getting really like high school girly, you know? Like my Wizard of Waverly Place and Hannah Montana fucking vibes, you know what I'm saying? Like going really hard and shit and pain with that. Just getting that out of my system. And then like I moved to Austin and shit, and I was like, I moved, and then like I was really transgender out there. I did everything. I did my eyebrows, makeup. I did my hair a certain way. It was like I tried to look like a girl hard as fuck on some like all that shit. Even how I stand and walk and talk, and that shit was like, I felt like that shit was so fucking performative. I was like, what the fuck? And that shit made niggas really fucking like respect me, like. But it was like I felt like that shit was so fucking performative. And that shit made you feel like tired, like I didn't feel like that. I can't do that shit. I cannot do that shit. And so like, you know, like that's the thing about being transgender. Sometimes people don't understand. Like you gotta feel like a drag queen for these motherfuckers. And then like, you know, when you take it all off, these motherfuckers think you're just a guy. It's kind of like, what's the truth though? So. What I'm seeing is like So then, like, when I went to Austin and shit, like, it kind of freaked me out. 'Cause I couldn't keep it up, right? Fucking razor bumps, all that shit. So I just kind of guided up. I started becoming back to being a guy again. And then I started getting treated like shit. Like, dead ass. I dead ass started getting treated like shit. And then, like, I started going to Platinum Center and shit. And, you know, within the Platinum Center, and, like, as a guy. So I was living there as a guy and shit. I started living my life as a guy in Austin because I couldn't keep it up. You know, that's it. My money. Getting plasma and shit. And so, but I still was like in the fight for it. I was looking about a video about like women talking about, Turks talking about AGP and how AGP is a real thing and all this other shit and like da 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 da, it's so bad, like negative thoughts about it. And I was just like, what the fuck? I just wanted to come back and understood. And then when I got a job and shit, and like, I didn't want these niggas to know that I was gay, but like, it came out. I was being a guy, but I wear my daughter, I wear pink shirts on the day of the interview, and I immediately I thought I was like a complete fucking fag. And I was just like, damn, I thought I was gonna be friendly and shit. I thought I was being friendly and shit. I ain't not fucking gay. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn. And so, like, now I'm like, okay. Yeah? So, like, the pink shirt is like a neutral color shirt for me. It's like, it was a shirt that I thought that, like, as a professional, you would wear. I thought it was like a V-neck fucking shirt, you know what I'm saying? With like the black slacks for the pants, the shirt with the and like, you know what I'm saying? The black fucking shoes for work. I wore that on the day of the orientation of that shit at the fucking job, Sonic. And he thought that I felt fucking gay for that shit, like, I mean polite and shit. I was like, yeah, okay, I'm going. Yeah. I'm not giving them gay at all. I wasn't giving them gay at all. I was just giving them a figure about the business and like shit. These guys are being assholes. Anyways, because I'm trying to climb to my shit and see how gay I am. Fucking shake booty at me, see how gay I am. So then, anyway, so fucking losers. Then just have my face. So whatchamacallit? I got the job at Target, and that brought my money go up substantially. You can pay $20 an hour. So I had money for makeup. I had money to like just take care of myself. Like it was like I was sitting in my car. I got gallons of water. I got food. The way he's looking at it. I had everything. I like need gas money. You know what I'm saying? I was chilling. Weed, smoke. So I was like taking my hormones and just chilling. And then I got a fucking hotel. Paying a monthly bill on that shit. That was like $1,200 a month. I did that shit. That shit was easy as fuck. And I was chilling in the apartment with the car. You know what I'm saying? Like I had for like 2-3 months and shit. For like the summertime, I had that whole shit. I was like, damn. Imagine people paying rent like $700 something, $800. I think $1,200. So I don't know if they did that shit. It's just that I started transitioning because of like the confidence that I had in situation, and these motherfuckers like saw that shit and they fucking were like really trying to fucking kill me, trying to make me feel like shit. Scared me off. It's some Scooby-Doo shit. Playing repression. And like that shit was really fucked up. If you think about it. And that's the reason why I'm like, oh hell nah, you know? I don't fuck with that shit. That's why now it's like you don't know. You have to gauge when somebody's like crazy, or they fuck with you, or they're just like, okay, you're transgender, but I think I hate you, or okay, like you're crazy, you don't even exist, or like, okay, motherfucker, like you can have your little playtime later, or you can have your playtime or whatever, you know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just or like, you know, if you were trying to get personal with somebody, it's like on that level, like, no, I'm never gonna get with you on that level. Like, so you're gonna transition, and transition to get to with me. Or you're gonna deal with people that are gonna be like, fuck your family, you're closer, and like, we're gonna accept you and shit. Like, some things are just never gonna accept you. Like, when she was like, well, you're transitioning, never be in a place where there's kids. I'm like, it's true. Like, that's what I'm saying. Right now, I'm at school. Like, it's cool because they see me as a black guy, but like, if I was a tranny, I couldn't even just like be walking around here and shit. Like, it'd be weird. It's fuck. Immediately. They gonna think you're a fucking pedophile. Hard than a bitch. Especially if you're in somewhere like Texas. The fuck? That's what I'm saying. Certain things are just like, oh my god, you know? And it's not that they necessarily will. Listen, I'm not saying because I was training that I was doing this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hiding behind some building or some shit, they would be like, that's a bad killer. You know what I'm saying? But like, I just feel like at the end of the day, like, you know, I'm like, we want to be more protected. Like yesterday, last night, I thought I heard one of the gates fucking opening and shit. Like, somebody over here, like, bro, I swear to fucking God, I thought that shit was a motherfucking person. And then, like, Spirit was like, it's a ghost. It had to be a fucking ghost, because that shit literally, like, I heard the motherfucking like, thing open, and then, they're open, and then, like closed last night. And I came out here, I quiet as fuck. Didn't hear shit for a good minute. Walked around with a flashlight, didn't hear see shit, didn't see shit. That shit was scary as fuck. And I was watching a fucking scary ass movie watching Chucky and shit. So like spirits and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Oh shit, this was wild. Yeah. So, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, all I'm saying is, when it comes to, you know, but I'm thinking that it could be people that work here, because it was like late, it was not early enough, like 6 o'clock in the morning. And like they be coming out here and shit, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you know. So, that's that. Well, you never know. It's a ghost. Anyways. So yeah, that's my situation right now. So I had to like basically like lay my lady balls up and really just like do this shit. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like, I don't waste some more time. But you have to do it your own time, your own pace. You have to really just like plan it out yourself. But I really like love from the challenge, like to basically get it done as fast as possible. Don't like elongate it out. Whatever you want to do, like for example, like your transition will be like, who would you do? Like I'm gonna get my surgeries, all that shit. Like I'm gonna do all that shit too. Like I don't know if face of feminization is like, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to find out how to get that shit because I want to get that shit, and I want to also get like hormones. I don't know about in my titties done, you might get titties done. That's all I really need. Yeah, I just want to be hormones. And then, like, if I really feel like picking off my testicles or something like that, then I'll do that shit. But then, like, I have to, like, see my sperm. But, let's see all here. And that's, like, all the way to 30 right now.